NBA player prop best bets for Celtics versus Heat game 6. For the second straight game, we were lucky enough to have the Celtics win to continue the series, which means that we still have NBA playoffs to bet on before the finals start. If the Heat had swept the Celtics, it would have been a brutal wait until the finals started, but the Celtics just keep on winning, keep on keeping the series alive. We'll see what happens in game 6, but what we're going to be doing is I have 2 bets for you guys to hammer. Now, don't forget, I am on a hot streak with these NBA bets. I have hit 5 in a row dating back to the Nuggets versus Lakers series. So I'm putting that streak on the line for game 6, giving you 2 bets. Real quick, before we get into it, a couple housekeeping items. I have recently partnered with a Philly sports blog called The Liberty Line, and I would appreciate it if you are not already signed up for a sports book to sign up for the links you see in the description of the video. Then I have also launched a membership channel as well for this YouTube channel, either $1 a month or $5 a month. All of the perks are listed on the link that you see in the description of the video. So if you want to become a Jedi in training with me, check that out. And let's get into it. 2 player props. Play number 1. It is a plus money banger. Haven't had one of those in a little bit. We are locking in Jalen Brown under 3.5 assists. That is at plus 102 odds at FanDuel. So the entire series against the Heat, the narrative around Jalen Brown is that he has not been able to shoot. His jump shot has just been brutal. Physically, he's looked fine, but he's really struggled, and he struggled with his jump shot. Well, that changed in game 5. He went 3 and 5 from deep, and that was after only making 2 of a combined 22 3-pointers prior to that. That's a big deal for Brown. Now, in general, Brown's game, he's never really progressed as a facilitator the way the Celtics would have hoped. He's always had pretty much his entire career a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, which is not great, right? Not great for someone that has the ball in his hands a lot. Now, I understand that 3.5 in general is a pretty low number for assists. He's also gone under that number in 3 of 5 games so far in this series. Now, those trends alone, of course, aren't why I like this bet. There's a ton more that go into it, but I do just like to see the trends. So in general, the guess here is that Brown isn't going to take any more of a passing role than he normally does. And if anything, he's probably going to shoot more because he finally found his stroke last game. Again, going 3 of 5. Another thing, and this is regarding the Celtics offense, is they can sometimes be prone to the disease of not knowing what the F to do. I'll never forget the possession in game 3 where Jalen Brown had the ball like 26 feet from the basket, was kind of looking around, nobody was really moving around him, and then he just jacked up a horrible shot and completely airballed it. Now, the Celtics offense has been better in games 4 and 5, but they are prone to random clunkiness where it seems like nobody knows what they're doing and nobody knows where to be. So if that happens in game 6, probably not going to be doing a ton of passing, I would guess, for Jalen Brown. And the reality is what it comes down to, a lot of the Celtics' success on offense just comes down to whether they're making 3-pointers or not. And I looked into Jalen Brown's assists. We only had 2 in game 5. Well, guess what? Both of them, literally both, came on an assist to a 3-point jump shot. So the Celtics offense has been hot for the past 2 games. Like the Celtics starters, specifically in game 5, shot 14 of 28 from deep, 14 of 25 if you remove Al Horford's 0 for 3. And if you live by the 3, sometimes you're going to die by the 3. And if the Celtics have a cold shooting game in game 6, there's not going to be as many assist opportunities for Jalen Brown, who also might shoot more. So no matter how you slice it, I absolutely love the value here on Jalen Brown to go under 3.5 assists. Again, that's at plus 102 odds at FanDuel. Now, the next play that we are going to go ahead and lock in here is Kevin Love under 9.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 115 odds at BetMGM. Now, Love did go over this prop in games 4 and 5, but the game 5 one specifically was a brutal beat for anybody that had the under. It was a travesty that it happened, but luckily, it does mean that we could take advantage of a little bit of inflated pricing here. Now, 9.5 is a pretty low number, but other sportsbooks have this total at 8.5 points, rebounds, assists. So that's a pretty huge deal going from 8 to 9. That's a massive deal versus like 30 to 31 points, right? The lower the numbers get, the bigger the gap in between them becomes. So as I mentioned, Love went over this in game 5. That's what I wanted to highlight specifically. So he had 12 points plus rebounds plus assists in game 5. Well, guess what? 10 of those came in the fourth quarter. I'll never forget watching the game because I did have this under. It wasn't a part of my official bets, but I did have it personally. In the fourth quarter, on 2 separate possessions, he had an offensive rebound and then a putback. That is 6 stats right there. And I said he ended the game with 12. Well, 10 of those came in the fourth quarter. And the real brutal part of everything is that he played just under 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. The past 6 games combined, he had not played a single minute in the fourth quarter. So the game was a blowout, pretty much out of hand. Everybody knew that the Heat were going to lose. So Spo threw Love out there a little bit just to see if he could provide a spark, which was just brutal for those of us that had his under. He ended the game with 6 points. Literally all 6 of them came in the fourth quarter. So assuming game 6 isn't a blowout in the Celtics' favor, which, hey, it was pretty much in game 4 in Miami. It was in game 5, but I'm not necessarily projecting the Celtics to do that 3 games in a row. Assuming that the game 6 isn't a blowout, the most likely scenario is that Kevin Love will probably play fewer than 10 minutes, which is what he was slated to do in game 5 before the blowout happened. So he'll play fewer than 10 minutes, which is, again, what his pace was, and giving him just significantly fewer opportunities to hit this stat. So I absolutely love it. Kevin Love under 9.5 points, rebounds, assists, -115 odds at BetMGM. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you're tailing both of these, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember to like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, sign up for the sportsbooks in the links you see in the description of the video if you have not already, and become a Jedi in training with me if you want as well. Link to that also in the description of the video. Thanks for watching and have a good one.